Society insists that physical exhaustion and relentless hard work are the prerequisites for getting rich. But the market ignores sweat. It only rewards perceived and actual value. Most people operate under a rigid formula, attempting to generate income by trading their time for a set hourly rate. This diagram illustrates the mathematical trap of that equation. Because the hours variable is locked to a fixed limit of a 24-hour day, the resulting income is permanently capped, no matter how high the hourly rate goes. Escaping this constraint requires breaking the equation entirely. You have to decouple your income from your physical presence. Moving out of the working class means stopping the attempt to optimize a broken formula. The solution is abandoning the time variable and building a completely new architectural system. The first input of this new system is the aggressive acquisition of rare, high-value skills. These are complex abilities, like systemized sales or technical orchestration, that cannot be easily outsourced or automated away. But a valuable skill alone won't create wealth. It has to be multiplied through leverage. The traditional method relies on permission-based leverage, hiring a massive labor force or raising outside capital. This introduces enormous friction because it requires someone else to say yes before you can scale. The modern alternative bypasses that friction completely. We call this permissionless leverage, and it relies primarily on code and media. This animated diagram shows how permissionless leverage works. A single digital asset can be replicated millions of times at near zero marginal cost. As it runs continuously, it demonstrates how these systems operate 24 hours a day, entirely independent of the creator's physical presence. By removing human bottlenecks from the production process, code and media become the ultimate equalizers for wealth creation. Yet, generating massive active income introduces a new danger, the lifestyle inflation trap. As earnings increase, so does the temptation to increase spending. People often confuse symbolic wealth, like luxury cars or expensive watches, with actual wealth. Purchasing these immediate liabilities before acquiring cash-flowing assets guarantees financial ruin. Actual wealth is largely invisible. It is measured in options, complete control over your time, and absolute freedom of movement. To secure that freedom, you must focus on the financial margin, which is the exact mathematical delta between your total income and your operational expenses. This diagram illustrates why you need a ruthless defense system. Without a solid barrier to protect that financial margin from consumption, every dollar earned simply drains away. Scaling your income is mathematically useless if your system leaks. Wealth is solely determined by what you retain, never by what you consume. That protected margin now has a single, specific destination: scalable assets. This visualization shows the strict difference between the two financial vehicles. A liability forces cash flow out of your pocket, while an asset continuously drives cash flow in, compounding over time. Looking at the macro blueprint of the full execution loop, step 1 starts with the input module. This is where you maximize your active income by scaling your personal value in the marketplace. In step 2, the system drives that active income through a strict behavioral filter, converting it into a wide, highly concentrated financial margin. Step 3 takes that concentrated margin and funnels it directly into acquiring or building assets, closing the circuit into a fully self-sustaining loop. The final requirement of the protocol is time. You have to apply long-term patience, allowing compound growth to scale the assets inside that loop. The finish line is crossed the exact moment those assets generate enough passive return to completely cover your lifestyle expenses. True wealth does not come from a lucky break or a high salary. It is the mathematical certainty of engineering a system that no longer requires your time.